I was talking to Kuro about it. I was like, yo, should we do this? It was on Friday. I'm like, it's tempting. And we opted not to, just because we didn't want to ruin ourselves too much. But speaking of ruining ourselves, there's someone here that I want to ruin me. Oh. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ancient Cistern, we have the South Korean Zerg player representing Dragon Z Gaming, the best Zerg player in all of Korea. It is Dark. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ancient Cistern, we have his opponents. We have the up-and-coming Korean Zerg player representing Team Abydos. It is Mondo. Oh boy, so I was having a bit of a chat with Mondo before the cast, and fun fact, I was like, Mondo, we'll cast you, papi, we'll cast you. And you know what he said to me? He's like, oh, you're always casting me, but I'm such a noob. I was like, oh, papito. It was so sad. I was like, mate, no, you're good, papi, you're good. You beat Nice last week. You beat Nice, and you looked good against Classic. And he's like, oh, ew, ew, papi, ew. So if those who don't know, last week we were lucky enough to cast Mondo in his series against Nice, and he was looking so damn good. Ay. It was a great series, a really intense series. He was able to bring him down 2-1, and then had a series against Classic as well. Mondo, again, I kind of attributed him a little bit more as a B-teamer, kind of from the old days. He's not quite an S-tier player on Team Abydos. You know, that's Creator, that's Cure, that's SOS. But Mondo is slowly improving over time. He is getting better and better and getting more and more impressive results. So yeah, I want to see him flourish. I want to see him do well. I'm excited for him. So we'll see how this all does come to pass. Meanwhile, we just see from both players hatch gas pool openers all around, so nothing too crazy, nothing to really take note of, at least in the early game. We do see Dark just setting up here with his spawning pool just to avoid any kind of spine rush, any kind of 12 pool, drone pool, or anything like that. So Dark just, you know, playing it very safe, as he's going to be going for a pretty fast third as well. Both players taking it at the same time, so this is your pretty standard macro opener here in ZvZ, no hyper aggression. The aggression begins when someone decides to skip a Bailey Nest, for example, or to Ling Flood behind this. Dark just kind of poking and prodding, confirming the timing of the third base. There's that Bailey Nest that we were talking about for Dark. Mondo hasn't thrown his down yet. He has enough gas for it if he wants to. But for the time being, it looks like maybe he's waiting to kill this scouting Ling. The Ling slips into the main base, confirms everything, sees the gas mining. But there's nothing else. No Evo Chamber, no Lair, no Roach Warren, no Bailey Nest. Both players are going to be flooding Lings, and there it is. There's that Roach Warren. So because this Bailey Nest had been so delayed, I was assuming that Mondo would Ling Flood, and he kind of is. Like, he's got a lot of Lings on the way, but he wants to cut some corners. He wants to be a little bit more efficient and skip the Ling Bane phase and go straight into Roaches. Ooh, a little bit of a misrally here from Dark. One drone is going to be going down. Mondo just racing everything across the map. He does end up meeting the Lings here in the middle. Dark does have a couple of Bailey's morphed in defensively back at home. He doesn't want to get caught out. Oh my god, no! He has it across the map as well. Dark with 3 Banelings across the map, 3 Banelings back at home. He goes on in. He gets us around on one of the queens. He's going to get us around on another queen as well. The Lings, they're stuck between the rock and the hard place. They don't know where to go. Oh, and the Banelings are just getting all over this right now. Oh, no, Mondo! He gets lured into the Baneling, and Dark with his Ling Bane control is just too much for Mondo to deal with. He tried to be greedy. He tried to skip his own Banelings, but he's going to regret it here. The Roaches are not going to help him. Ooh. 17 drones that go down. We are down to 11 workers here for Mondo, and soon to be even less than that. Roaches are popping out, but at what cost? GG gets called, and Dark takes game 1. Ooh. in a pretty convincing fashion. Mondo just being punished for skipping his Baneling nest, and the Baneling positioning as well from Dark was, it was top tier. It is what we expect to see from him. The way that he was able to lure and maneuver his lings here to try and pen in his opponent. Mondo unfortunately had a really hard time keeping up, and now we're getting straight into game número 2. Oh, what's going on? Oh, they're just saying GG well played to each other. Ah, they're being very polite. They're being very polite. Oh, all right, well, game 2 is going to be taking place on Gresvan, and again, Mondo, he was just trying to be a little bit cheeky there, trying to rush into roaches, but little did he expect that Dark was more than willing to rise to the challenge with the Ling Bane aggression. I doubt we're going to be seeing our Blue Zerg players skip some tech again. Oh my god! Not again, Papi, not again. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Gresvan, off racing. Not for the first time on this channel. We have casted his Protoss before. It's the best Zerg player in Korea, but now Protoss, representing Dragon KZ Gaming. It is Dark. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Gresvan, we have his opponent. Oh boy, we have the South Korean Zerg player playing his main race, representing Apidos Gaming. It is Mondo. Oh, I have to say this. So Dark has off-raced before, and he in the past, when he off-raced, it was against a Masters player. It was against a Masters player, just so we can flex a little bit and have some fun. Mondo, he's a GM on Korea, you know? He's a semi-pro, he's on a pro team, he's on Abydos. Dark is playing with fire here, but we'll see what he does. Here we go. He's going for a gate expand standard opener. Usually when a player off races, it is to abuse something that they hate to play against. And I wonder what that's going to be for Dark. Or is he going to go for a standard opener? Is he going to go for a Stargate into Oracle, into triple Oracle Blink Stalker, you know? Is that really what we're going to be seeing from him? I doubt it, but maybe. Este Dark. Oh my god. Gonna be flexing a little bit here. Forces the unnatural natural out of his opponents. Of course, as we're just gonna be continuing to drone here. We should be seeing a third base soon from Mondo as well. Meanwhile, Dark, we're still waiting for his tech of choice. We have our Cyber Core. We have our pylons. We just need a little bit more gas, and there it is. He's going for a standard opener. He's crazy. He's going for a standard opener. He's going for a Stargate opener here. But Mondo, mate, he's like, mate, you want to off-race versus me, buddy? You know who I am? I'm Mondo, mate. Let's go. He's link flooding. He's cutting drones at 20, and he's making nothing but links. He's racing across the map. He's hiding a lot of his links here towards the northern portion. Dark is none the wiser. He has no idea what's going on. Once he does, I imagine he's going to be making Void Rays, or maybe Oracles are going to be the wiser choice, to be fair. But here we go. The low drone count has been spotted, and the Lings, they reveal themselves. They're going for this round. The Adept! The Adept gets surrounded. It's going to be going down. The pylon is exposed, and we don't have any more gateways. We only have a single gateway for the production here for Dark. The wall is not a wall. Not like this, Papi. Not like this. Mondo could go into the main base, but no, he's going for some more secure damage instead. He wants to cripple Dark here, not necessarily kill him. He's going for the natural base, and then he'll go for the Cyber Core. Ay. Oracle's on the way. Warp Gate is still not done. He does go straight for it. I love this kind of safe approach, by the way. I think like a different kind of Zerg player would just go straight for the main and try to end the game, but no. We don't see that here. Cybercore goes down. Oracle is running out of energy. Behind this, Mondo is just droning freely. It's you know what I'm getting right now? I'm getting some Chappie vibes. I'm getting some Chappie off-race vibes. Where Chappie, if you there was a show match recently, the Australian Zerg player Chappie played as Protoss, and he kept getting link flooded, and he kept saying, "I'm so good at this game. I'm so good at this matchup. I just need to live. I just need to survive until the mid game. I just let me expand." And I'm getting those vibes from Dark right now. He's like, "Mate, what's going on, Papi? Just let me make some probes. Let me make some expansions. Let me play the game." Oh my god. But the Lings of Mondo just getting a little bit more damage. One probe did go down, and the Oracle's going to be able to clean up the rest. And from here, Mondo is free to drone saturate all of his bases. We have spores. No lair yet, but we're making plenty of queens. And there's that lair on the way in the natural. So many queens. Jesus, Mondo is taking this defense very seriously. And, we'll see what happens from here. Dark, he's playing this out like normal. He's like, okay, I'll just go for a third Oracle. I'll try and expand, take my bases, but he is miles behind. There's no way even Hero would struggle from coming back from this position. I also think the mistake is that he's making Oracles. I think it would have been better to make Void Rays from here as a comeback mechanic. But he's actually going Mass Oracle right now. He's got a fourth Oracle on the way. I mean, it's all he can make. He doesn't have a Cyber Core. Ugh. But alas, the amount of queens here are just too damn great. What do we do? Ay. I see Frost in the chat. Dark has fallen to the dark side. Ah! Not like this, not like this. And I love this choice from Mondo. He's going for the Spire. It just makes sense. Just makes sense. Lings are going for a bit of a counterattack across the map. They do apply a bit of pressure to the third. They do confirm the third base, so they know that Dark isn't going for a two-base all-in. Meanwhile, the Oracles are looking for some damage. They're looking for a way into the natural base, but the Queens just continue to keep up here. They're a little bit out of position, but we have two spores in the natural. Mondo is ready for this. Oh, but this is important scout. The Spire has been spotted by the Oracles. Immediately, Phoenix production has commenced. Mate, Dark wants the macro. Got a second Stargate on the way. Robo, a Bay as well. Double Robo and double Stargate production. Not the most efficient use of his production. Oh my god, but he's going into... Oh my god! Triple Stargate Fleet Beacon. He's going Sky Toss. Ah! He's going for like Nanomech. Nanomech is a bit of an older term, but it's Protoss mech basically. Ay. Here we go. The Oracles dive in. They get 2 kills on the Queens. Mutas are on the way, but Phoenixes are already in production, papi. What am I watching right now? Ugh. Not like this. Not like this. We have annual pulse crystals as well. We're going into Phoenix range to really shut down all these mutas. Like, I liked the initial choice of muta tech here from Mondo, but the Phoenixes are a hard counter. This is the downside of getting your Spire scouted. Ugh, 1 muta, 2 mutas going down. The mutas have not paid for themselves. I love this. We see the Overseer coming in and contaminating the Stargates. Something you don't see often enough. But Dark is kind of stabilizing. I say kind of because Mondo's drone count is insane. He's up to 83 drones. He has more than enough saturation at his bases. He can expand. He can even double expand if he really wanted to. And to help deal with these Phoenixes, he's going into Corruptor production. I'm not convinced, to be honest. I would personally like more of a ground Zerg transition, but I guess we're committed. Muta Corruptor. Let's go. Corruptor isn't bad, but I feel like we need some Vipers. We do not have a Hive, though. We have a Lair to work with. Mondo rotating over in between the bases, looking for a way in. Oh, the Disruptors are exposed. Novas are going to be going off, but the Mutas do dive on in. Looks like one Disruptor. No, every Disruptor survives. How? The overcharge is just too damn good. In come the Phoenixes, in come the Oracles. Every single Muta is being targeted down. And again, 3 of them are a little bit preoccupied towards behind the army. Nice target firing on these Disruptors. They will get picked off, but the Phoenixes take control of the skies. Again, not the best control from Mondo with his Mutas. Everything will get cleaned up. And despite the opening, Dark, he's just trading more efficiently. He's coming back in this game. He's going into Mass Void Ray. Oh no, he's becoming everything we hate. Dark, don't do it. Don't fall to the dark side, as we do see Ling Corruptor coming across the map. Phoenixes do nothing against Lings, mate. There are just far too many of them to pick up. Corruptors diving on in as well, just taking down the majority of those Oracles. The third base is going to be falling, and Dark, even though he did a good job at saturating his third and getting to this point in the game, cannot go further from here. The third has fallen. Oh, oh. The Corruptor count's getting reset, though. And Corruptors are quite expensive, to be fair. If we lose too many of them, maybe the Void Race can get out of hand, but the 4th base has been spotted. Lings making short work of this as well, forcing the cancel. Dark. What do we do from here, buddy? We're supply blocked. We're making 3 Void Rays at a time. We're not going for the carriers, not yet. It's not safe enough for that. And he has to do some counter damage with these Phoenixes. Gotta do something, Bobby. Is this like a fever dream? Am I actually not casting? Did I pass out? Did I cast the Americas qualifier and I'm just in bed right now? I'm in a comatose state. It's over, Poppy. Because this cannot be reality right now. We have Flux Veins on the way. We're going into Mass Void Ray. Meanwhile, Mondo is just going Ling Corruptor, working on his Corruptor upgrades. Finally, we have an Infestation Pit on the way to go into a Hive. Honestly, if we did have a Hive by now, I do think that Mondo could potentially end the game. Without it, Dark is just proving to be very resilient. Very resilient. Not letting anything through. Not letting anything in, Papi. As yeah, we're just making more voids. And honestly, unironically, with Shield Battery and with Overcharge, I think Dark can win a fight if there aren't any Vipers. And there aren't any Vipers. The lair, like, there we go. The Hive just now starts. Without it, Dark can maybe win a fight well enough that he can just snowball from there. We'll see, though. We'll see. Oh! Oh, but the Void Rays, they get caught out without the support of the Shield Batteries. We have to fall back. Where are the Shield Batteries at the natural? We don't really have any here either. Here we go. We do have the lasers being popped. We do have a couple of Novas going off as well. The Stasis Trap does catch a lot, but GG gets called. Mondo will be tying up this series 1-1 and takes down Dark's Protoss. Hi. Oh boy. Well then. I don't know what to say. GG. We're going to the ace match. Is Dark gonna commit to the Protoss? Is he gonna commit? Is he gonna switch to Terran instead? You tell me, mate. You tell me. Oh boy. Here we go, mate. Here we go. Lobby has been made. Oh, we're switching back to our main races. Looks like we are. Dark has chosen Zerg. He's had some fun with his Protoss. He was punished for it. And as he gets punished, massive shout out to Zoners in the chat. Thank you so much, Bobby, for the 100 bits. Gracias, gracias. Yes, some people asking, is this live? It is live for the most part. There is a 2-minute delay. A lot of the ESL tournaments do require delays, so because of that, there is a bit of a gap between what I'm saying and with the chat. We do turn off the delay for certain events, like KSL, for example. KSL doesn't require delays. But without further delay, we are jumping into game number 3, the ace match, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Royal Blood, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the best Zerg player in all of Korea, not off racing, playing Zerg. It is Dark. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Royal Blood, we have his opponent, the South Korean Zerg, the up-and-coming Zerg player representing Team Abydos. It is Mondo. Oh. Here we go. Dark, now taking this seriously. I see a lot of people surprised in the chat. If you tune into the ESL Open Cups, this is not the first time that Dark has played Protoss. He does it whenever he's up against more amateur players, just to have some fun. And clearly he respects Mondo enough to switch back to Zerg now that he lost the game. But if you check out our YouTube channel, we do have a couple of series where Dark has played Protoss. Likewise, we also have a couple of casted series where Maru has played Protoss. Maru did, I'll always remember this, he off-raced against Percival. And that was so smooch. Maru played Protoss against Percival, and Maru won! Maru won that series. It was heartbreaking to see. Heartbreaking. I love Percival. Ugh. Smooch. But here we go. We have a hatch gas pool opener here from both of our players. Back to normalcy. Back to standard. Oh, actually, sorry, my mistake. Hatch gas pool from Dark. Meanwhile, Mondo went for a far more aggressive opener. He went for a gas pool hatch instead. Link speed is already on the way. Gas first is the way for Mondo, and with this he will have a pretty big advantage. Not just the link speed timing, because Mondo didn't pull out a gas, he will be able to go into a very fast Baneling nest. There it is, the Baneling nest is thrown down. The light VIP special. If you're familiar with my stream, I do this quite a bit. And Mondo is basically going all in with Ling Bane. Going all in, Papi. No droning whatsoever. None needed here for Mondo. And it's going to be on Dark to try and defend here with his queens, with his lings. Oh. Already, Mondo trying to be a little bit cheeky, trying to pick off a couple of drones here and there, but he is denied by Dark. Dark throwing down his own defensive Baneling nest. Wise choice. But there's going to be a window, there's going to be a period where Mondo has speed and Ling Bane, and Dark doesn't. And Dark is being lured into a false sense of security. This is not good. Dark, he has to race back home. He needs to get the hell out of here. If he sticks around a little bit too long, he will lose every single one of these lings to the speed lings of Mondo. 3, 2, 1. Speed does kick in, and now Mondo's going to try and race and catch these lings. Thankfully, Dark does make it back home in time. Doesn't lose any of it. The Banelings are being morphed in. The Queens are in position. Spine Crawler's on the way as well. Oh, Mondo almost getting us around on that third Queen, but Dark was fast enough to put it back there in that mineral line. Up. And there we go. The first Queen is going to be going down. We have defensive Banelings on the way, but now the offensive Banelings of Mondo are going to be rolling on in. How good are the connections going to be? The wall is a wall. The Banelings get wasted on it, and oh, that was not the wisest of choices here for Mondo. He is being deflected. Dark is defending. Oh. And with this, the Spine Crawler moves to the low ground. We still have 2 more Banelings available for Dark. The Queens as well. And Dark will stand strong. Mondo behind this, he's still all in. There's no transition, there's no droning. He's gonna try and drone, but he is so far behind. Oof. This is a sad drone. Where Mondo has realized that his all-in has not worked. And now Dark has an economic lead. He is free to drone. He's not over-investing in Ling Bane. He doesn't need it. And from here, yeah, Dark is just free to drone. Mondo's gonna try and pick off whatever he can, you know, send in a couple of lings, maybe force a detonation on a Baneling. But Dark, he gets across time. No, he gets a drone! Oh, he gets a drone, he gets a full scout, he confirms no fast lair, no fast gases, no Roach Warren. Dark is perfectly safe. He is safe to do as he wishes. And from this point, if he wants to, he can go into a fast lair for mutas, he can go into Roach production, which would be the more standard thing to do. There we go, third base is being taken. Dark is setting up for a bit of a Baneling run by. Oh, the queens are being forced out of position by this Overlord. Uh-oh. The Banelings are rolling on in. Can they bypass the queens? It looks like they will. Up. Oh. And we do detonate there on those lings. Great connection for Dark. Unfortunately, one Baneling isn't enough to kill any drones. So, yeah, he does weaken a bunch of drones, which is nice. Maybe he can pick off these drones later on with some lings. Regardless, good trades overall from Dark. And from this point, there we go. We have the Roach Warren. We have the Evo Chamber. Gases are being taken. Dark getting ready for that Roach transition. Mondo, he's got some options available to him as we have a little bit of a skirmish. If he wants to, he can go into Roaches of his own. It looks like that's exactly what he's going to be doing. He's still on 2 bases. No third hatchery in sight. Mondo is going for a follow-up all-in off of 33 drones. Mass Roach, Lings, and Banes. Boy. Can Dark pull this off? Back across the map. I mean, if Dark really wanted to, he could actually get away with droning, but no, he's making defensive roaches of his own. Mondo's going for his all-in. If he gets really good Baneling connections, maybe he can take a fight. Looking at the units tab here, Mondo is ahead in roaches, but we have a Spine Crawler, we have Queens, we have Transfuse. It's going to be difficult for Mondo to break this position. Not impossible, just difficult. And here we go. He's pushing on forward. These Banelings cannot be wasted. They do go for the Spine Crawler, but the Transfuse keeps it alive. Oh, the Banelings come in from behind as well. Dark with the setup. He completely shuts down this push. GG gets called, and Dark will take the series 2-1. GG, well played. Congratulations to Dark, as he is able to assert himself here as, again, you know, the stronger player. He is a favorite to go all the way, potentially even win the entire tournament. So a lot of hype around Dark. Mondo doing his best. He was at least able to punish the off racing of Dark. You know, Mondo, he is good enough to do that, and he proved that as well. Ooh, but alas, it wasn't enough to overcome the ZvZ, and now Dark is going to be advancing on here to the next round to face his next opponent, and he already has an opponent ready and waiting for him. I did expect Gumiho to advance on over Jeshi, and that's exactly what happened. Dark versus Gumiho up next.